Mongil Stardive is the cutest anime gacha game I've ever played, and it's all because of this thing. Now, before I tell you more about this absolute unit, let me first start by explaining a bit more about Mongil Stardive. Mongil Stardive is an anime gacha RPG by Korean studio Netmarble. It's set in a fantasy world of adventurers and monster tamers, magic users and forest deities, and hot doctors and threatening maids. And as the sponsor of this video, they invited me to check out their booth at Tokyo Game Show to try out their demo and tell you guys all about it. It is my first time at Tokyo Game Show, and the story starts us off with a very expressive looking fox girl who gives a mysterious spiel about fate before we wake up as Cloud, a goofy and carefree adventurer. He's partnered up with Verna, a headstrong fighter who will step on you if you're being dumb. And side note, they use these really sick monitors that lets you try the game in 3D. I did not expect that, and it was a pretty cool touch. Anyway, Cloud gets himself into a bit of trouble, and within 5 minutes of starting the game, we meet the star of the show, Nanners. After rescuing Nanners from becoming dinner, it follows us home, and we're left with one big question. What exactly is Nanners? As it turns out, Nanners isn't just a cat, and it doesn't go around narrating the story for us like we're 7 either. In fact, Nanners actually helps us with a certain type of equipment, Monsterlings. You see, when you defeat monsters in this game, there's a chance its literal soul will ascend from its body, and Nanners really likes how those taste. So Nanners will eat it up, pass it through its pocket dimension stomach, and poop it out as a monsterling.
Check it out, it's a monsterling. Quality? Top tier!
Monsterlings are objects you can collect and equip, and they give you different stat modifiers. You can even combine them and create new monsterlings for more stat combinations. And if you use a link chain with them, they'll have hidden abilities for you to activate too. They also make great pet companions once tamed, and if you're feeling silly, you can race your monsters in the racing minigame. Build stuff aside though, this game is so cute and so unserious. Like, I actually love how it literally does not take itself too seriously.
Earlier it was going, yeah, so it's Nanners?
The characters banter fluidly, they break the fourth wall tastefully, and they have those very bouncy animations that kind of just make you giggle. And by the way, if any of these sound appealing to you yet, you can pre-register for the game using my link down in the description. Now, of course, bouncy animations are very important in gacha games. I mean, how else do you get those jiggle physics? The demo at TGS also had the starting selection of characters available for viewing, and I honestly found them really pretty. The booth even had standees showing them off and a cosplayer performance to bring those characters to life on stage. And those cosplayers, like, they were so lovely. Now, the character assortment itself has a fun range of female character models, and each of them already comes with their weapons. So that's not a separate thing to farm or summon or that you have to equip in general. But my main complaint? I need this game to have more men.
Wait, what's that smell? It smells savory, fatty, and delicious. Something's cooking.
I tried out their combat tutorials in the second beta, and the combos so far aren't very hard to execute. One character whose animations I particularly liked was Nare, whose water attacks were very splashy, get it, and pretty, and reminded me of waterbending. But anyway, Mongil Stardive's combat is, in my opinion, not too difficult to understand at all. Each character has a basic attack, a passive ability, a skill, and an ult. They also have a switch skill, and they each come with a type, which so far are Fighter, Destroyer, Assassin, and Support, each of which has their own combat specialties. Then it's pretty much a standard 3-character team that you want to keep switching between the characters in order to activate those switch skills, so it makes it feel fast-paced and it gives you a good taste and sense of that action. And even after you switch out, your teammates stay on field attacking for a bit, so it feels like you've got the team dynamic even if it's just you going through the game solo. Now, one thing that did throw me off was that while you can use the numbers on your keyboard to switch between characters, you can also switch using the spacebar, which, kind of related, also means there's no jump button. Yeah, you can't really jump in this game. There's a perfect dodge mechanic where perfectly dodging will also automatically launch a counterattack. And there's a stagger mechanic where boss enemies have a stagger gauge that you can fill to stun them. And when it's time to stun them, Nanners pops out and literally body slams the Chungus for you. Now, monsters also have elemental weaknesses that let you inflict higher damage, and combining some elements can give you interesting combat results, but honestly, I haven't tried any super difficult content that tells me how important it is to exploit these specific mechanics. Like, they have bosses in the second beta that you can try and fight against, but I feel like if you're leveled appropriately, the fight still isn't all that difficult anyway. Honestly, everything so far in the beta was pretty easy to pick up when it came to the combat, so players won't have to deal with much of a learning curve in my opinion. So next, I'm not going to go over all of the unique stats and their meanings because this is not about to turn into a guide. I just want to show you what there is to look forward to in the game if you're interested. So here's a quick overview of the progression related things. Characters can equip an artifact, and in the beta these do have a gacha banner, so they're the main piece of equipment to summon. Now you can farm lower level artifacts in dungeons alongside their level up materials, but yeah, these will primarily be under a gacha mechanic. And then there's the stat equipment that can give set bonuses, and these have randomized stats, which is probably already a familiar system to you if you've played gacha games before. Then of course there's the skills page for leveling those up, and the awakening page for where your copies go and get activated and give extra abilities to your character. So a lot of these materials, including character leveling materials, are farmable in their dungeons, and those use a stamina system. So you can also fight major bosses that appear throughout the storyline in the conquest system, and that gives tokens to buy Monsterlings plus other available items in the shop. So in general, the progression system here feels pretty standard and comes with the usual amount of RNG that you'll see in a lot of gacha games when it comes to farming up equipment for your builds. But if I'm gonna be totally honest, it's not the combat or the progression that pulled me in. I just enjoyed the overall look and feel of Mongil Stardive.
What?
The starting city of Hanan is colorful without making your eyes hurt, and it's got the fantasy medieval whimsy of castles, taverns, and marketplaces, and the NPCs come with a lot of visual variety too. I was actually kind of surprised. And you even have tamed NPC monsterlings running around town. You actually have a lot of these, and the monsterlings are also really cute. Look at these guys. They're so goofy and adorable, and I just really appreciate how lively this area is. Just know though that this isn't an open world game. You teleport from area to area when you're going through quests, and then these are where you fight hordes of monsters, you pick up chests, and then complete story objectives. But again, I find the story really easy to get through because of how lighthearted and unserious it is, and the abundance of Nanners screen time. The intro was funny, comedic, engaging, it was fast-paced, the dialogue was snappy, it was full of banter, and the first story episode basically introduces the world and main characters to you. But even the additional cast of characters in the second episode with the knights Reina and Flair, plus the fighting maid Esther, they have a lot of presence that actually easily gets you attached to them. And I know I already said this, but again, I find the characters really pretty. And you can even appreciate them all the more when you zoom in and the world blurs around you. And it stays zoomed in when you're running around. You can enjoy those assets as much as you want. One thing that does get me though is when they're speaking in dialogue scenes. The characters can look a bit stiff and mechanical, but every time these characters show up outside of those little speaking dialogue scenes, they look fluid and gorgeous. And to be honest, I'm curious to see what their future character designs will look like and how they'll evolve over time as the game progresses. Overall, the aesthetic of the game just really grew on me. Now, unfortunately, I can't say much about the gacha system at this point, since the beta's gacha might not have the same rates. But I will tell you that the summoning animation has Nanners in it, which is very important. Mongil's Tokyo Game Show booth did have its own Nanners gachapon that I tried, but I fear my luck was not amazing.
It's not Nanners, but it's something.
The grand prize would have been my very own Nanners plushie, so it looks like I'll have to wail for that one instead. Now, all in all, to sum everything up, I just find a lot of things in Mongil Stardive really cute. And the way that cute appeal is just present throughout almost everything in the game makes it feel really easy for me to get into. Now, I do hope that their cast of character expands, especially to include men, because I would love to see those bouncy animations on some men. I feel like you could do a lot zooming in on them when they're running around. Just a side note, I'm just saying. But more than anything, I'm excited for more Nanners screen time. Mongil Stardive does not have a release date yet, but you can pre-register for it now using my link down in the description if any of this caught your eye, and you can follow their website and social media accounts for future updates. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the game so far, especially if anything turned out appealing to you. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content, and I will see you soon. Take care.